Hello everyone and welcome to PISP Solutions. In today's session, we are going to learn one of the most commonly used planning technique in Oracle EPM, forecast seeding. Whenever organizations prepare forecast, they usually don't want to start from scratch every month. Instead, they use existing actual data and automatically populate future forecast periods based on predefined business logic. This process is known as forecast seeding. In this video, we'll first understand the business concept behind forecast seeding through a simple real-world example. Then, we'll design the planning logic in Excel, implementing the same logic using a groovy business rule in Oracle EPM. And finally, validate the results in data form. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of how forecast seeding works and how it can be automated within Oracle planning. So, let's get started and first understand the business scenario behind forecast seeding. Before we jump into planning, let's understand the business requirement with a simple example. Imagine a company called ABC Manufacturing. The finance team is currently preparing the forecast for the year. Since the first 6 months have already been passed, the company has actual results available from January to June. However, for the remaining months, July to December, actual data is not yet available. The finance team only has the plan values that were created at the beginning of the period. Now, management wants to create a forecast scenario that combines the most recent actual performance with the future plan assumptions. So instead of manually entering data month by month, the business decides to use a forecast seeding process. The logic is very simple. For January to June, copy actual data into forecast. For July to December, copy plan data into forecast. As a result, forecast scenario will contain actual performance for completed months and planned values for future months, giving management a realistic view of the full year's expected result. Now that we understand the business requirement, let's see how we can design this logic in Excel before implementing it in Oracle EPM. In this example, we are planning for the account total production cost. We have three scenarios: actual, plan, and forecast. The actual scenario contains the company's actual production cost from January through June because those months have already been completed. For the remaining months, July through December, actual values are not yet available, so business relies on the plan scenario that was prepared at the beginning of the year. Our objective is to automatically populate the forecast scenario using a simple seeding logic. For completed month, January to June, we copy values from actual to forecast, and for future months, July through December, we copy values from planned forecast. Here, you can see that we have actual data, planned data, and forecast data. We have unit produced, material rate per unit, and total production cost. So for actual data, here is data from January to June. For total production value is 2000 for Jan, which we get by multiplying the unit produced with material rate per unit. Similarly, we calculated for the rest of the month. So these are the total production costs for January to June actual data. Similarly, we have line data available that we prepared at the beginning of the year. So here from July to December, we have planned data. We have July data, July total production cost 4,000, which we get by multiplying unit produced into material rate. Similarly, for rest of the month, we have the total production cost for planned scenario. Now we have forecast scenario. You can see that from January to June, we have actual data present in forecast scenario. And from July to December, we have planned data available in our forecast scenario. After applying this logic, the forecast scenario contains a combination of actual business performance and future planned values. This is exactly the same logic we will automate in Oracle EPM using business rule in the next step. Now that we have validated the forecast seeding logic in Excel, let's automate the same process in planning using a Calc script. The objective of this rule is simple. For the first half of the year, January to December, January to June, we want to copy data from the actual scenario into forecast. For the second half of the year, July to December, we want to copy data from the planned scenario into forecast. Let's look at the script. First, We disable update calculation and enable the aggregation of missing values to ensure the rule runs efficiently. Next, we use a fixed statement to limit the calculation to the current year, current version, and the resource entity. This helps improve performance by restricting the scope of the calculation. Inside the first fixed block, we select the period range from January to June. For the 3 months, for these months, the data copy command copies data from actual scenario tightly into the forecast scenario. This means all actual values, including unit produced, material rate per unit, and total production costs, are automatically transferred to forecast for complete months. Next, we move to the second fixed block covering July to December. For these future periods, we use another data copy command to copy data from plan scenario into forecast. As a result, forecast receives actual data for the completed months and planned data for the remaining months. This fully automates the forecast seeding process and eliminates the need for manual data entry. Before running the business rule, we can see that actual data is available from January through June. The company has already recorded the unit produced, material rate per unit, and total production cost for these completed months. For the remaining months, July through December, actual data is not available yet. However, planned scenario already contains planned production values for the second half of the year. At this point, notice that the forecast scenario is empty and has not been populated yet. Now, let's execute a forecast seeding business rule. The rule first copies actual data from January to June into forecast scenario, and it copies planned data from July to December into forecast. Once the rule completes successfully, we can refresh the. So now we'll save the rule, validate and save. Now deploy the rule and then we'll launch it. Now we can see that the focus scenario has been automatically populated. For January through June, focus contains the actual values. For example, the total production cost of 2000 in January and 4000 in June has been copied directly from actual. For July through December, forecast contains the plan values. For example, the July total production cost of 4000 and September total production cost of 5000 have been copied from plan scenario. As a result, forecast now provides a complete year view by combining historical actual performance with future planned values. This is how forecast scenario helps organization quickly generate a realistic forecast without manually entering data for every month. Now we can see that in this example, we automated the process of populating the forecast scenario by copying actual data for completed months and planned data for future months. We started by understanding the business requirement, designed the logic and planning model, implemented the solution using a Calc script, and finally validated the result. Although this was a simple example, the same approach can be extended to more complex forecasting requirements involving multiple entities, products, departments, and business drivers. I hope this session helped you understand both the business concept and the technical implementation of forecast seeding in Oracle Planning. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BSB Solutions for more Oracle EPM related videos and real world planning use cases. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.